Hey friends, welcome to the channel. If you've already asked yourself what's the best way is to learning for a language, keep watching. Los geht's! My name is Dustin. I'm an IT project manager from Germany, and on this channel we create content that helps us to be more productive, to learn new things, especially languages, and to live a happier and more fulfilling life. People often ask me what the most effective and fast way is to learn a foreign language, but I can't really answer that. The reason for that is that language learning is an individual thing, and thus there is no perfect method or plan to succeed doing it. But of course there are best practices, tips and ideas that I can give you. Alright, let's dive into today's hour. You know what comes next? A nice sip of coffee, of course. Los geht's. So there are several factors that we should consider when learning a language. First of all, what languages do you know already? I've talked about this topic in my last video on this channel, and you can also find it here, but it's an important point. The more different the language is that you want to learn, the more time you have to spend learning it. For example, as a native German speaker who also speaks English, learning Dutch has been quite easy, and it didn't take me too long to make tangible progress and to be able to use the language. For French, it has been quite a different story, I can tell you. What are your preferences and how do you learn the best? So are you a person that can sit down for hours and study using a textbook or flashcard apps? Or are you someone who is an avid reader who likes to devour one book after the other? Or do you like watching videos on YouTube about a multitude of different topics? Make it as fun as possible while still making sure that you are progressing. Don't procrastinate by just watching stuff with your native language as subtitles all the time. And yeah, really be honest to yourself. What is your daily routine like? When can you fit in learning time throughout the day? You're working and you got kids and barely the time to do anything? Maybe you can listen to podcasts or audiobooks while you commute to work or do chores in the household. In your target language, of course. Or while you sit on the toilet, you can do some vocabulary reviews, or before falling asleep in the evening, you can read a few pages. Try to imagine your regular day and find times that you can use to work on your language. Also, a few minutes here and there can add up quickly and make the difference in the long term. Which obligations do you have? Goes into the same direction as the previous point, and you should have realistic expectations. If you have many responsibilities and it's hard for you to make time for language learning, then you can't expect to make fast progress. I can learn any language? Yes, in theory you can, but if you only got maybe 15 or 30 minutes a day, then you can still learn a language, but it will take several years. The good thing about that is that spaced repetition is your friend, and it'll help you to learn in a way that you can really build a nice long-term memory. If the language is super different from the languages you know already, on the other hand, like for me Arabic or Korean for example, then this time won't be sufficient to get anywhere, even over the long term. There's just not enough time that the brain can assimilate it. If the language requires 2,200 hours to get to a solid level, then you can calculate yourself how long it would take. Better pick a realistic language then, an easier one for you to learn. What is your reason to learn the language? If the language is very difficult, then motivation can be a huge help to overcome the hurdles and be successful in the long run. So have a strong why to start with. For example, I want to learn French because I completely failed at school and I want to show myself and also others that I'm able to do it. This kept me going. So in conclusion, be conscious about which language you want to learn and have realistic expectations. Try out different methods and things for a predefined amount of time to see if they work for you or if they don't. If something works for you and doesn't make you suffer, keep doing it as long as you are progressing. If the progress is stopping, then change methods and try something different again. Language learning should be fun and not a strain. Generally speaking, I would start with working on your comprehension first by reading and listening to content. Once you are able to understand the language, you can start speaking it. I've also already made a video about that and you can watch it somewhere here. What do you think? Do you get more tips on how to successfully learn a language? Please let me know in the comments down below. If you want to know what productivity is in language learning, have also a look at this video here. Or if you want to spice up your learning with gaming, have a look at this playlist here. If you found the video useful, as usual, please leave me a like and a subscription to the channel, and to not miss anything going forward, click on the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching and see you the next time.